horror has that storm unleashed upon us now? Outsider, you approach Fiallan, apprentice shaman of the Crow-Eye clan. That cursed storm may have disrupted our wards, but make no mistake, this is still Reachland, defended by brave Reach folk. We will not give up without a fight. It was horrible. I've never seen anything like it. A roiling mass of black and crimson. It exploded right above Carthwaston. When it hit my village, people changed. They turned feral. Ancestors guide me, but I don't know what to do. Wards blessed by the spirits that protect our village. The wards stopped the worst of the storm, but they must be restored. I tried to reach them, but the wilderness has become too dangerous. I prayed for help. Did the spirits send you to aid me? Meet me in Carthwaston so I can introduce you to my master, Shaman Ulvok. He can explain the restoration process better than I. Besides, we need his blessing for you to aid me. The spirits sent you. They answered my prayers, I'm sure of it. As an outsider, you may not understand. The wards are dedicated to the most revered spirits of our clan. In exchange for offerings, they provide blessings. Unfortunately, the storm disrupted the wards. The shaman sent me to restore them, but... no, not with the feral villagers prowling the wilderness. I couldn't even get close to any of the wards. Shaman Ulvok can tell you more about what we need to do. I'm only an apprentice. He explains things much better than I do. One moment the sky was clear. The next, it was unnatural. Swirling darkness, lightning. And it did things. Some of our people became mindless husks, but others turned into monsters. There's nothing left of them inside those creatures. Harrow Fiends. What a horrible yet fitting name. You know these things. Then you truly are the answer to my prayers. What else can you tell me about Harrow Storms? The Grey Host? We've heard of these invaders, but so far they've left our village alone. Until now, I guess. I won't pretend to understand the whole of it. But this affront to the Reach and its people, there will be a reckoning. We're here. Let's speak for a moment. This is Carthwaston, outsider. I wish we could give you a proper welcome, but we still haven't recovered from the storm. Shaman Ulvok is just inside this building. I'll introduce you when we go inside. The spirit sent you to help us, I know it. But Shaman Ulvok needs to judge for himself if you can hear our sacred rituals. And he needs to tell the rest of the village. My people distrust outsiders. Things will go easier with his approval. Then let's go inside. But let me talk first. With all that's happened, we wouldn't want him to curse you before I can explain your presence. Just keep an open mind. Our ways are different from yours, outsider. Shaman Ulvok. I couldn't reach the wards, but I think this person can help us.
An outsider, I sense.
I believe the spirit sent them to us, Master.
Do you? Wait outside, apprentice. I will speak to the outsider. Come, outsider. Let me feel your spirit. I sense no deception. I think you may be able to help us. Since my apprentice trusts you, I will as well. The Crow-Eye clan needs aid. There are evils in this land that we cannot defeat on our own. I was afraid she would run into trouble, but she's a good apprentice, one I find myself leaning on more and more since my sight left me and age has taken its toll. There are 4 wards, each dedicated to one of our revered spirits. You must bring an offering of nature and earth to each of the wards. The fallen branches of willow trees, for they represent the fragility of life. Rocks bathed in moonlight for purity, and husks of the cicada, for they represent rebirth. Placing the offerings at the 4 wards isn't the hard part. Gathering them and dealing with whatever prowls our homeland is. Keep each other safe, and Apprentice Fialan will guide you through the restoration process once you gather the offerings. Rivia may be too strong a word. Our relationship with the spirits relies on negotiation, on giving and receiving what is expected. We look to the Great Spirit Nocturnal for guidance, but our wards honor Hersin, Molagbal, and Namira as well. I've heard the spirits called by that name. It doesn't change who they are or our relationship to them. The spirits cannot be judged by mortal standards. All we can do is bargain with them, appease them, and use whatever blessings they provide. The spirits we revere follow their own whims. We have an understanding, however. As long as we make our offerings in good faith, the spirits provide their blessings. With the wards restored, prey becomes bountiful, and our village remains secure. We bargain with them, outsider. We maintain the balance between the land and the spirit world, make our offerings, and then trust the spirits to answer in kind. Once you make the offerings, return here, and I will complete the ritual of restoration. Rivia may be too strong a word. Our relationship with the spirits relies on negotiation, on giving and receiving what is expected. We look to the Great Spirit Nocturnal for guidance, but our wards honor Hersin, Molagbal, and Namira as well. You see the world with different eyes, outsider. Magic is a word used by cowards who fear its power, or fools who think they can control it. We are connected to the land. Nothing more, nothing less. The restoration process is a ritual, though, yes.
obvious. Nocturnal has abandoned us.
That's ridiculous, Eamon. We're going to restore the wards.
You put too much trust in this outsider, Fialan.
The spirits sent them to help us.
First a storm, now an outsider. What plague will the spirits send next?
So Shaman Ulvok agreed to let you help me? Good, good. I'll meet you outside the village, and then we can gather the offerings for the wards. That's Eamon, the first among our hunters. He's as fearsome as a giant, and just as thick-headed. He's been up in arms since the storm. Seeing me bring you into the village hasn't calmed his disposition one bit. I don't think so. For all his bravery and bluster, he hasn't volunteered to help me. But he won't try to stop us either. Like most of my people, trust doesn't come easily to Eamon. And with good reason. Most outsiders we meet do try to kill us. Whatever the shaman tells me to, of course. I assist the shaman with every ritual and clan ceremony. I listen and observe. When Shaman Ulvok passes, I'll take his place. I hope that's a long time from now, for I still have so much to learn. I pestered him until he selected me. I knew I wanted to serve the clan in this way. I've always felt particularly close to the spirits. A shaman usually chooses their apprentice, but I petitioned Shaman Ulvok around until he agreed to train me.
The spirits have abandoned Karthwaston, outsider. Fiolan should never have dragged you into our affairs.
Careful. They're delicate. Good. Those will do. That's all of the offerings. Now we need to place them at the wards. Namira, spirit of decay and ancient darkness, accept our humble offering and protect our mortal souls. Nocturnal, spirit of the night, accept this offering and send your crows to guard us. Spirit of the hunt, accept this offering and make our bounty plentiful. Moloch Baal, spirit of torment and trouble, accept this and teach us to endure the struggle. The offerings have been placed. Let's return to Shaman Ulvok. Shaman Ulvok, we're back. The offerings have been placed at the wards. Speak with Shaman Ulvok. Let him know the offerings have been placed and everything is ready for him to start the ritual.
I don't approve of an outsider being involved in our sacred rites, but it seems you and Fiolan managed to place the offerings at the wards. That's something, at least. Speak to Shaman Ulvok if you insist on interfering in clan business.
I sense the outsider has returned. I feel energy flowing through the land. I suspect you and my apprentice were successful in your task. Am I correct in this assumption? On behalf of the Crow-Eye clan, I thank you, outsider. I can feel the energy flowing through the wards like water. Now I may perform the ritual and restore what the storm took from us. But I require your help one last time, my friend. Since you made the offerings, I must ask you to present yourself at the ritual pyre. The spirits began this negotiation with you, so you must complete it. You are a part of Karth now. and it is a part of you. We are the land, and the land is us. Spirits, accept our offering and restore our wards. Karthwasten belongs to the Reach. Something has gone wrong. Outsider, come speak to me. I don't understand. The ritual failed. I've never felt such darkness, such fury. How is this possible? Yes, but I don't know why the ritual failed. It was as if the spirits lashed out at us. Something disturbed the natural process, but I have no idea what that could be. Be my eyes, outsider. Examine the ritual pyre and see if anything strikes you as odd or out of place. I sense something, but I cannot put my finger on what it is. If you...
The spirits abandon us, Fiolan. We need to leave this place.
No. I oversaw the placing of the offerings myself. It should have worked.
Of course it failed. You involved an outsider.
Something must be interfering with the ritual. I've never seen Shaman Ulvok so troubled. I don't blame him. Something is very wrong here. The ritual didn't just fail. It reacted in a way I've never seen before. There has to be some kind of explanation. No, we did everything right. There has to be something interfering with the ritual itself. The offerings were made. Something else is at work here. Do what the shaman asked. Examine the ritual pyre and see if you spot anything unusual. Did you find anything to explain why the ritual failed? I recognize these. They're from a plant that grows beneath Karthwasten. These look wrong, though. Corrupted. This must be what caused the ritual to fail. But how did they get into the ritual pyre? This isn't like the plant I've seen before. It seems contaminated in some way. It grows in nearby caves and down in the Sanorak mine. I wonder if that's the source of this corrupted plant. Before we reclaimed Karthwasten for our clan, outsiders built deep tunnels to exploit the land. The Crow-Eye have no interest in such things, so we left them abandoned. My people mostly avoid the place, truth be told. I agree. If this plant caused our restoration ritual to fail, who knows what other evil it can be used for? Let's investigate the old mine. There's an entrance just to the north of the village.
I'll go to the mine.
I heard what you and my apprentice talked about. If something or someone has corrupted that plant so much that it can cause our rituals to fail, you must find the source of this corruption. May the spirits walk with you, outsider.
We need to investigate Sanorak mine and see if we can find the source of that corrupted root. Let's hurry. I want to see the end of this mess.
If you're going into the mine, please keep Fiolan safe.
It smells of blood and rot in here. Let's be ready for anything.
Circle around!
What are these outsiders doing down here? These Grey Host bastards, under our very feet this entire time. They're tending to the plant. They must be the ones corrupting it. We've seen them prowling the countryside, but down here in the mine, no. They must have come from deeper underground. However they got down here, we have to put a stop to this. You're saying they used this plant to create that storm that started all this? Even more reason to put a stop to whatever they're doing down here. Let's burn all traces of this plant. And we should knock down a few of the pillars holding up the roof. A mine as old as this, that should cause enough damage to drive the Grey Host out. Good work. Burnt to cinders. burn. Foul thing, burn. If we take out those pillars, it should damage the mine enough to halt the Grey Host. Shaman Ulvok. The corruption has been dealt with. Tell Shaman Ulvok we eradicated the corrupted plants. He should be able to complete the ritual of restoration now.
I'm glad to see you've returned safe with Fialan, but if you found something in the mine, don't waste time talking with me. Speak with Shaman Ulvok.
The land, its size in relief. Whatever you and Fialan did, it made everything whole again. I can feel it. Excellent. Then let's not waste time. The sooner the ritual is completed, the safer Karthwasten will be. If we might enlist your help one last time, my friend. As before, present yourself at the ritual pyre. You are more deeply woven into this land and its survival than ever. Quickly now, let's finish this and restore the wards. Corruption is gone, and Karthwasten endures. We ask the spirits to once more bless and defend our home. I feel power returning to the wards. The spirits stand with us once more.
The ritual, it worked. The last remnants of the storm seem to be cleared away. The worst of it is finally behind us. And thanks to you, we have our natural defenses in place again. Karthwasten is safe again. Now that our wards are back in place, I think so. We still need to deal with the remaining villagers who turned feral, but we collapsed part of the mine, so we shouldn't have any more trouble from that direction. Oh, I'm more certain of that than ever. I asked for help, and the spirits provided. The fact that they sent an outsider, that gives me and the clan something to think about. Not everything outside this village is dark and dangerous, I suppose. As safe as it can be. Here, my friend. This is for you. You may not be Crow-Eye by blood, but you are now connected to us and our land. The spirits sent you for a reason. I'm just grateful you heard them and answered their call.
Fialan, you refused my counsel at great risk to us all.
Aye, Eamon. I did. You were wrong. This is our home. We couldn't abandon it.
Fialan, I'm sorry. You and the outsider made things right.
The storm tested us, as life tests us. We survived to hunt another day, and none of us will take that for granted.
I didn't think an outsider would ever be inclined to help the likes of us. But you proved me wrong. And in doing so, you saved my home. My gratitude may mean little to you, but you have it all the same. No, but my opinion of you has. You helped the Crow-Eye, which makes you an exception. We can't afford to blindly trust those not of the Reach. We spend our lives fighting for what's ours, clawing for survival. Outsiders don't understand that. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll let Fialan be the judge of that. Apparently she can weed out the good ones. Me? I'll keep my guard up.
I did not think an outsider would be the one to save the Crow-Eye, but I'm grateful to you. Know that you will always have a home here. You misunderstand. There is no rebuilding to be done. The structures here are echoes left over from those who did not belong. We won't knock them down, but we have no need to add to them. Karthwasten provides for its children. We need nothing else. We will fight. We have the protection of the wards once more, and the strength of knowing we conquered a grand test here today. If we need to defend Karthwasten again, we will gladly do so.
I know much trouble's the reach these days. Ardkadic has an answer. The rebels have an answer. I think they wish to solve the same problem. And in the meantime, there are Karthwasten's troubles.